guys, welcome back. So today we want to discuss how is it growing up with two parents or one parent, married or divorced.
Divorced parents, which it was a little bit different, a little bit where your life is turned upside down because you're so used to your life. You're used to both of your parents being in the same house, going to the same school. Now with your parents being divorced, your life changes completely, you know. But I mean, one of the things that I understand now is that it's better being divorced sometimes instead of having a household where it's constantly fighting and arguing. So
Living miserable.
yes, in both ways. You know, sometimes as a kid you don't understand it because you don't live it. You don't know.
Women know that they're not putting up with shit.
And
You
I think
know?
with the quarantine, yeah, la fregada.
I know, but I mean, I think it's a modern way of people, women especially, they get a job, they are independent, they know that they can do it by themselves. So it's not like back in the day where the male was the provider, and yeah, if you're not gonna put up with him. Oh yeah, all the time, especially my dad. My dad was very different. He has a very machista mentality where he's like, things are done as how he says it. And I know my mom would say that.
Here and there, it wasn't just verbally, here and there, you know. Not necessarily hit each other, but like,
Se aventaban
yeah.
cosas.
Like, oh my god, you know.
Ching, no te gustan los frijoles.
Oh my god. But it was horrible, you know. As a kid, it just scares you. So I will remember, like, my brother and I would lock ourselves in the room and just wait until it was over. And then my mom would, whenever they would be done fighting, she would come and open the door and
check
be
on
like,
you guys.
yeah, she would hug us and say how strong she was and everything. But it's just, it was a lot to take, and
Yeah.
it was a lot. And so eventually they chose.
To just part ways.
Feelings were all mixed up because it's just it was messy. That's all I can say. Like, it was extremely messy. You know, we were back and forth. One year you stay with your mom, another year you stay with your dad, and then you go here, there. So it was like very overwhelming. So I feel like divorce can be very easy on the kids if parents choose to put their kids first.
Yeah.
I think the reason why it got messy is because
They
put
weren't.
themselves.
They were probably not thinking about you guys. I know it sounds mean, but they weren't. They were just thinking about them, being selfish and just like, she didn't like this, I'm gonna do this. Karma, I'm not thinking about you guys overall. You look back on your past, like if you're married, if you get into an argument and you're like, F this, divorce. You know, it's so easy. Well, not easy, but you can just pretty much split up here in the US, but yeah, bye-bye. But I feel like I try a little bit harder just because I would see my mom and my dad try, like, okay, that's what I want. I want to grow up with a marriage. I want to see my daughter growing up in a marriage family. I want to grow old with this person. So even though he pisses me off, I'm like, it's okay, lo aguanto un ratito más, you know? Yeah, but what do you think? Do you think that's true?
Yeah,
Like,
I think it should be like that. You reflect of how your parents manage situations, how they handle their arguments, and then you don't want that for you, especially for you and of course your kids, because your kids will choose that pattern. They will choose a man like your husband or a relate without even knowing. That's what they will look for, and that's what they would want to get.
yeah.
So
Does that mean you're trying a little bit more to keep your marriage good so that you don't maybe end up like your parents?
I think so. It's just you do things differently. Like, yeah, you do things differently. If you're gonna fight, you try to at least
Just
maybe
avoid
not
it.
fight, or maybe just have a conversation about it. Of course, not in front of the kids. That's something that I try hard to do. If we do have a little disagreement, we give each other a little space,
Yeah.
and then find a way to make it work.
But how much is that little space? Is it like days, weeks, hours?
No, we said to each other, at least give each other 5 minutes. In a sense, because you know when you're so angry, you just say things and like, even if you don't mean it, but right in the moment you're pissed off and you want to kill them. So So we try to give her
Disclaimer.
space. Yeah, disclaimer, I'm gonna kill you. No, I'm just kidding. But we just try to give ourselves a little bit of time where we can cool off and then talk about it.
Yeah.
So to make things, and we try not to do it in front of the kids, and I think that's something.
But it's hard sometimes when, like, if my husband pisses me off, it's hard to hold back.
Yeah,
Like,
it
oh, I don't even, at the time,
Oh,
I don't.
mother!
Oh, slow mo. Oh,
No.
hell no. And then there it goes. Crazy Selene.
It
that
is
would go
hard.
crazy.
Trust me. Even there's moments where we do it in front of them.
Yeah.
But I kind of grab what my mom, she would always do. I grab my kids and be like, when I'm mad at you guys, it's just mom and dad. And,
Yeah.
we have different things, and I try to explain to them.
Yeah. That's
So
good.
they're okay. Yeah.
And they question, like, Kate, I know my daughter, she questions me, like, why did you guys argue? She's at that age where she wants to know now. And I'm like, this is grown up stuff. I mean, you can't ask. Sometimes there's disagreements and agreements, and it's okay. Sometimes you don't agree with each other. But this is grown up stuff, and you shouldn't be asking me those questions. And that's it. She doesn't say anything else anymore. But no, I think definitely I agree. Just kind of communicate with your kid, and then just put them aside and give them love so they don't think that it's some way their fault, huh?
Yeah. So what was it hard about growing up with a married, like with your parents being married?
It was mainly just the machista way of thinking of my dad. He would always just kind of boss my mom around. She would struggle a lot. There were 6 of us, we grew up really poor. So my dad, he's a mariachi too, so he was like always into the whole party scene. Because that's what he does. And he would come home drunk, and my mom would put up with that. How about for you? What was the hardest part?
It was just the moving, it's just because one had custody for like a year and then the other one another year, so it's like back and forth. My dad moved out here to the United States, and my mom stayed over there in Cancun, so it was pretty hard. I mean, it's just the moving situation, you couldn't.
It's not like they moved from city to city. They moved different countries.
So it's pretty hard because you make your life, it's just, I think that's what's the hardest thing. But of course, for them to try to argue on when it was their turn after the whole custody battle ended, it was like, oh, it's my turn. Christmas is this and that, So all those holidays and all this, it's just hard.
Yeah. What is something good that you think came out of the divorce?
The fact that I moved here, I made my life out of all this back and forth, made me grow up in a sense where I would do things differently. I would care for my kids. My kids are my number one.
For me, one good thing that came out is shows my parents are older now, so now they're like best friends. They go everywhere together.
That's cute.
It's so cute. My dad, even though he's so machista, and I'm sure he regrets a lot
He
of
wouldn't
things.
go anywhere without you.
No, he loves my mom. He protects my mom. Like if we have arguments like with us siblings, my dad's like, leave your mom alone, and I like that, like how he has her back. So that, I guess after all those arguments, at the end of the day, he's always there for her. That's true love. Thanks for watching. I hope you can relate to our topic. I know this is very sensitive. We wanted to discuss it just because we both have very differences and different ways of how we grew up.
Just don't forget to make comments. Let us know what you're dealing with. If you have married parents, divorced, or if you're divorced, if you're still married, how you dealing. Maybe you can give us a little tips.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for watching, and stick around. Don't forget to make your drinks and tough conversations.
Tough conversations.
Cheers.
Cheers.